Is this the end of Dustin Poirier? Before I get into that, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe as we have brand new videos every single week. UFC 299 is this Saturday and I'm going to break down the main card. So let's take a look at what we've got. In the main event, we have bantamweight champion Sean O'Malley defending his title for the first time against someone he's already lost to, Marlon Chito Vera. But this was almost 4 years ago, so I don't think it comes into play too much, though it has come into play for the booking. Whether Chito deserves this title shot or not doesn't matter at this point. The fight's happening whether people like it or not. Since they last met, they've both gone on very different paths, and I think this comes down to whoever's improved the most. And I think Sean O'Malley seems to have done the most growth as a fighter, whereas Chito seems to be roughly the same place as where he already was, a slow starter who struggles to catch up and has made a career of dusting off old men. And don't forget, this time around the octagon is much bigger, and for a fighter like O'Malley, that space is a huge benefit. So for my prediction, I'm going a 4th round KO for Sean O'Malley. What I think is going to happen is Chito Vera is going to be too slow off the mark, lose the first 3 rounds, and then he's going to start getting desperate once we're hitting to those championship rounds, and he's going to put his foot on the gas and make some mistakes, and during those mistakes he's going to get caught and flattened. Then in the co-main we have Dustin Poirier facing off against 12th ranked Benoit Saint-Denis, which I think is very, very odd matchmaking. I'm not quite sure why this fight is being put together, and I don't really see the benefit for Dustin. If he wins, it doesn't put him any closer to a title shot, and if he loses, he really loses a lot of his stock. So I imagine the UFC are offering him a big pile of cash. Benoit, out of his last 14 fights, has had 13 finishes. He's clearly very dangerous, and Dustin is coming off that big head kick KO against Justin Gage. This is a tricky one because Dustin has the experience and he's fought the highest level opponents, but I think we might be putting out the old horse to pasture and bringing in the new. I'm gingerly picking Benoit Saint-Denis by 2nd round submission. What I think is going to happen is Benoit is going to hurt Dustin on the feet and in the scramble take him down and choke him out. But Benoit is such an unknown at this point in the sense he's not fought these top guys yet, and Dustin could just fuck him up. And then we move on to Michael Venom Page, who is making his UFC debut against Kevin Holland. What a fight to introduce him, right? This is going to be a banger, pure entertainment from both guys. Both tall, both great strikers, and both super durable. But as fun as this fight's going to be, I don't think it's going to be so fun for MVP. He's got a great track record in Bellator, but he was never a champion and didn't really fight the top guys there. And I think if Kevin takes this seriously, he could stick it on MVP and get the decision win. So that's my pick, Kevin Holland by decision. Then we have my favourite fight on the card, and I think this has the potential of fight of the night. It's Della Maddalena versus Gilbert Burns. There's a lot on the line in this fight for both guys. If JDM gets the win here, this puts him near the top of the pile, and if Gilbert loses, I think it could take him out of the title picture for good. So this is really, really important for both of these guys. Both are fantastic, durable fighters, and I expect a banger. And as much as JDM is becoming one of my favourite fighters, he lacks that experience at the top level, and Gilbert is as tough as they come. He's durable, got great striking, fantastic grappling, and that grappling and that experience is what's going to take Burns through this fight. I think there's going to be a lot of heavy clinch work, and Burns isn't going to give JDM that room to breathe that he needs. So I'm picking Burns by decision. Opening the card, we then have Petr versus Song Yadong. This is a tricky spot for Petr to be in. He's lost 4 of his last 5, and I wouldn't be surprised if he loses, he'll get cut from the UFC. But he'll make a fantastic champion in PFL. And I wonder though, with his career on the line, Is that going to put extra pressure on Petr? And is he going to be chasing a finish? And with a big, strong guy like Yadong, that would be a big mistake. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Petr is a professional, he's a high-level fighter, and I think Song, as good as he is quite sloppy as a fighter, and I think he's going to get caught and be open up to counters, and that's going to let Yan rack up the points. So I'm going Petr Yan by decision. UFC 299 is a stacked card and has potential to be card of the year, and I genuinely cannot wait. I will be doing a live watch along on Saturday, so make sure you pop in and say hello. Thank you for watching. If you can like, comment and subscribe, it really does help us out.